People think McDonald's workers are more valuable than teachers. Squiddy writes, why does bro hate service workers and not school teachers and government employees? Teachers are absolutely useless than regular workers. People think McDonald's workers are more valuable than teachers. So I recently ran a comment on my post. Someone commented that, they really thought that teachers and government workers are no value and that McDonald's workers are more valuable than teachers. We're going to be going into this and delving further, looking at some of the crazy comments here. Watch it in this video to really understand why people now believe that McDonald's workers are more valuable than teachers and what the social implications are of this as we go further on. Now let's just go ahead and jump right into the content. So here's the comment that I posted, and it was actually a comment from presumably a Gen Z subscriber. And it basically, Gen Z thinks that McDonald's workers are more important than teachers. Thoughts, anyone? So this was on my video. Don't feel bad for these losers, where it talked about, a video I posted where it revealed a lot of workers, fast food workers, were beginning to lose their jobs in California because of the $20 minimum wage that Gavin Newsom signed into law, and companies are no longer able to pay those wages, so they're shutting down and shutting out fast food workers. So Squiddy responded, why does bro, referring to me, hate service workers and not school teachers and government employees? Teachers are absolutely more useless than regular workers. So these people actually believe that teachers are less valuable than government employees and school teachers. Not school teachers. Now, just regardless of the fact that, the notion that teachers are failing their students does not mean that we do not need good teachers. If anything, that illustrates that we need better teachers. The problem with our government is that we have a tyrannical government. That does not mean that we do not need a government. We need a system of laws, and we need people to administer these laws, to oversee these laws. We need a government. We have to be self-governed. If you don't have a government, you have nothing but constant anarchy and power struggles. Nothing gets done. You have to have a government. These people are lunatics, absolute lunatics. What was really sad though about it is then when we started looking at the comments were just plain out bad. I'll share one specific comment with you guys, and then we'll jump into the other comments. So here's one comment from Runt Vision. He says, primary education is mostly about learning social skills and indoctrination. They obviously failed there. Math and reading are highly valuable skills to have to advance yourself, but they aren't doing well there either. Food service provides a tremendous service. So basically, McDonald's employees. Food service provides a tremendous service to our economy that greatly increases our production. How productive do you think we would be if we had to hunt, gather, grow, and prepare every single meal? My comment, so I responded to this lunacy. And I said, this comment is a load of nonsense. You actually think that the food prep industry is more valuable to the economy than primary education? Because we'd have to hunt and gather for every single meal? What madness is this? Before the fast food industry, people prepared their own meals. This is a result in the breakdown of the family unit. Guys, this is a load of stupidity. An absolute load of stupidity. For thousands of years, people have been going shopping at markets, purchasing food, right? Sometimes prepared food from vendors, but a lot of the other times, food that you would purchase, ingredients, and you would take them home and you would prepare them yourself, or, your wife would prepare them. This is the purpose of having a family. This is nonsensical. The notion that if we don't have McDonald's, we would have to go and hunt for all of our food. We would have to be out there hunting and gathering. Guys, what kind of stupidity is this? Guys, Kevin Samuels, God rest this man's soul. This dude used to say, the fact is stranger than the fiction. You can't make this stuff up. What the living hell? Guys, what are we living in? What the hell are we living in? Like, I want to drop some real F bombs, but you know how it is on this platform. I really want to just drop some F bombs. I'm holding back. I want to drop some F bombs because I cannot understand. Because we're living in the age of stupidity. We are 100% living in the age of stupidity. Because you have to be really stupid to believe these things and to say that the food industry, the food prep industry, McDonald's is more valuable than teachers, and that we do not need government. We do not need government. We don't need a government. We need, food. We need to get rid of all of the governments. Like, this is crazy stuff. So he's not the only one. And guys, look how many people are liking. Like, for example, I pinned this one comment. From one of the subscribers, and it's just kind of interesting because, all right, so this comment from Mark, he said, this comment section is perhaps one of the single most disturbing, most alarming, and most despairing of all comment sections I've ever read. What separates civilized beings from primitive creatures? The answer: tools. But not just any tools. There's plenty of animals across the globe utilize tools, but tools specifically utilized for the purpose of communication. This solitary difference between civilization and primitive existence equates directly to education being the single most important institution of civilization. Alas, anti-intellectualism has won. This comment only, so I gave it a like and a like and a heart, and then only one other person did as well. There were then 7 responses where people completely tried to refute this. Christ Vasquez says, all while you ignore the fact the U.S. has one of the highest education expenditures per capita, while simultaneously being ranked lower in education than over a dozen countries who spend astronomically less than we do, all because of the fact that this system is one of indoctrination, not education. This is a level of extreme stupidity. Mark responded that is no reason to simply tear down the institution of education. Revise it, certainly, but that is not the direction suggested among the 20 comments that were in this comments section when I first came across it. Okay? Monkey then responds, I agree with you in theory, but you can't deny the existence of glaring flaws in the educational system. To emphasize the point, everyone that commented on this post had to go to school by law, meaning everyone you criticize for not valuing education went through our education system. Lovely then commented and said, learn the difference between knowledge and education. You don't have to go to school to learn how to do anything. We've built civilizations without school for centuries. Knowledge is universal, and anyone can gain it. No, this is absolute stupidity. Children do need to go to school. Unless you have parents that are capable of teaching their children. For example, not everyone can do homeschool. I'm just being very, very honest. If you look at what happened with Gen Z during the events of 2020, many of these little bad muffins, they were basically being homeschooled, and their parents did a terrible job. They were there and they were supposed to, do classes online, and they did basically nothing. They stayed home, played video games, played with themselves, slept, fart, ate, and had a good time. And now, the reading score level has dropped very significantly. Math has dropped. Everything has gone to hell. And a Harvard degree is barely worth anything. Once upon a time, if you went to Harvard, people were like, okay, well, at least we know that you can read and write well. Now you have employers saying that they're extremely frustrated with people coming from Harvard and Ivy League schools because they are not in the same league as people who graduated from community college back in 2000. All right? All of these idiots that got into Harvard now, they didn't belong there. They have terrible skills. Not only do they have very poor education skills, very poor knowledge, they have no communication skills. Let's keep reading some of these comments. All right. So it's Hercules says you are completely correct. I recently graduated high school and I'm sure the system is terrible to the kids and also the teachers themselves. And there are certainly bad teachers, but it doesn't mean that you don't matter or that doesn't mean that they don't matter or are not crucial. The good teachers I had were amazing and I love them for actually teaching me things that are useful. My business teacher was an excellent teacher and teaching us the basics of business and accounting and gave us many opportunities to network, get good opportunities, and get useful job opportunities through field trips we would go on, mainly because she brought the school to funding it. Another teacher of mine taught us how credit worked, how to manage it, and how to do taxes. And lastly, my economics teacher taught us the essential concepts of the subject and made it pretty fun along the way. So teachers are most definitely than more important because even though some may bring hard times to children, don't teach anything or input their ideals into them. Trust me, I had my fair share. There are certainly many that provide so much value and teach kids things they really need to know. We just have to fight for change in this terrible educational system and get more valuable teachers in these institutions that will teach things that are actually essential to success. And that was very, very well written. That was absolutely thoughtful. Unfortunately, you know, this little Gen Zer is just one in like is like one in millions because most Gen Zers see no value in education. And you can see that this is not all Gen Zers. This is a lot of people in society today. A lot of millennials and maybe even some Gen Xers in here that are basically saying that the educational system is garbage and that being able to go and get food, being able to use McDonald's, use DoorDash to order a meal is more valuable than knowing how to read and write. And you don't need to go to school to learn how to read and write. Learning how to read and write is a process. It takes many years to learn how to read and write. And you go through different stages. Parents are not really equipped today. The average parent is not equipped, nor are they willing to spend all the time required to teach their kids these skills. This is a load of nonsense. All right? To say that we would have to go hunting for our own food if we didn't have McDonald's. McDonald's is killing us. The fast food industry is killing us. If we keep on going, Bach says, I think he is right. While the argument that there may be some percentage of good teacher public schools as a whole is primarily propaganda, it is magnitudes worse than when I graduated in 2006, which already led me into some really bad territory with false benefits in what women are way back then before all this new age stuff that came after 2010. 25 likes on this comment. This is a millennial. These people are out of their freaking minds. These people are out of their freaking minds. They see no value in school or education. This is a level of stupidity. Guys, we are in the age of stupidity. We're now in the age, not entering. We've been in it for a while. This is the age of stupidity where people believe that people just want to eat, sleep, fart, and play video games. They see no value in learning and education. Nothing whatsoever. And this is why a lot of Gen Xers are like planning a takeover. Like, guys, yeah, this is a big surprise. Guys, the Gen X, guys, it's like, I know Gen X, so like, I'm not scared of Gen X. You should listen to me. Gen X is planning a takeover. Like, nobody believes me, but I'm just like telling you right now. I see it in their faces. They're planning a takeover. Like, okay, Angry, what are you talking about? I know the surprise. Yeah, wait for the surprise. There's a couple of surprises coming, but one of the big Gen X is planning a takeover, y'all. Everything is going to hell, and Gen X is planning it right now. Okay, they because as everything goes downhill, Gen Z is completely messed up. Gen X is planning a takeover. While there's always been Gen Xers who are like, I don't give a damn. There's a lot of them who are like, yeah, they've been working since their little hands could keep it moving. They're planning a takeover. You're seeing it on YouTube right now. Gen X is taking over YouTube. All right? Gen X is not as small of a generation as you think. The ones that are left are the ones who survived. Okay? The weak ones were purged. Gen X is planning a takeover. They're going to take over every damn thing over. Okay? Because people are so lazy and so stupid Gen X is more than happy to fill in the gaps and go and kill it. It is just the reality that we are in. Let's read another. This is just ridiculous. All right. Michael says, consider that teachers can't get children to know if they are what they are. I completely agree and understand that they are below fast food workers. Teachers are below fast food. Jesus Christ. Okay, so because we have very terrible teachers, because the education system is crap, has gone down to hell, that means that we should just completely get rid of education and focus on stuffing our faces with fast food and pay fast food workers ridiculous amounts of money. This is stupidity. All right? And we need to and the government is bad. Government is bad, so we don't need no more government. No more. We need to fire all government employees and we'll work and basically everything will be good. Guys, this is I can't believe how is this my channel? How are these my subscribers? I'm literally in shock. I am literally in shock. Like, I can't believe these are my subscribers. Johnson says he somewhat has a point. You spend 12 years of your life going through the school system to learn useless information for most people instead of being taught how to get a job, how to drive, how to do taxes, how to code, how to not get scammed by a bank when taking out loans. Instead, you learn Python theory. No, correction, Pythagorean theory, or that the mitochondria mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. That being said, there are some amazing teachers out there to inspire kids and to provide them with useful information. As for government employees, many of their positions are not necessary, and it's a waste of money. It's a waste of money and resources. For example, school boards, mayors, committees that won't do anything about bullies and bad teachers and administrators in school. Okay, so you do need mayors. You need an actual mayor. Listen, bro. You do need a mayor, and you obviously do need school administrators to oversee the functions at schools. Okay, there's a reason why you do have committees. Do we have way too many? Yes, but this is ridiculous. Okay, this is ridiculous. This is madness. This is stupidity. I mean, yes, you spend years learning things you really don't need to, but have we forgotten about the importance of reading, of writing, of math, of learning some aspects of history? We don't need to know all of world history. We don't need to know all of American history, but we do need to know some basic history. Okay? Math, science, reading, history. We do need these things. I don't know what's wrong with these people. These people have lost their damn minds. Guys, you don't just grow up knowing how to read. Gen Alpha can't read. Gen Z, many of them can't read or can barely read. No one gives a damn. Everyone just cares about stuffing their faces with disgusting fast food. LVE says both are essential. If you don't think you need teacher/education, don't be surprised when the crime rate jumps because people are going to find a way to eat, even if it's off you. That said, if you don't think you need people who do the unskilled gigs, wait until they stop doing them and watch your first world experience magically become third. Moral is everyone has a role to play. Guys, 5 likes. What kind of stupidity is this? If you don't have unskilled gig, are these people lunatics? The world won't come to an end without McDonald's. The world will not come to. In fact, the world would be a better place without Burger King and all these other all of this other crap. We do not need these places to survive. Fast food is just it's a convenience that's killing us. Okay? It is a convenience that's killing us. And in an economy in a world where we're divided, that the family has been replaced, so people no longer go home and have mom to make their meal for them. Instead, they're living on fast food junk. In many other countries, they don't eat fast food like this. Like the Philippines, they prefer to eat their own food. This is stupid. This is stupid. Edgar says YouTubers teach better on topics like science, math, and English. You can even go back to review if you didn't get it, especially when there are students who are afraid to raise their hands in bullying, which schools don't even care for. LVE says, oh, no doubt, but they're still teachers. Someone has to dismantle disseminate the information. It's largely unavoidable. Very few people are truly successful. Autodidacts. Self-taught is a rough way to study. Yeah, bro, when you're starting off, in like if you're a 6-year-old, if you're a 5-year-old or 6-year-old, saying that okay, here's the phone, go watch some YouTube videos and learn your ABCs, learn numbers, learn math. You have to have people to sit with you, and yeah, teachers can suck and make it hard for you to even raise your hand, but you still need teachers to teach you. Being told to just go watch a YouTube video, put children in front of a screen and tell them to learn, that's terrible. Hand them a tablet and let them figure it out for themselves. This is stupidity. Who the hell are these idiot people? Topical says, well, at least the service workers don't spend all their time indoctrinating kids. Broken says, the 5 likes, the average teacher is just a glorified babysitter for older people. You are better off learning on your own, and by learning on your own, I mean actual truths and not the many lies they pump out at public re-education camps. I mean school. Some teachers are okay. This is a load of stupidity. Look, guys, this is a load of stupidity. I'm done reading this idiot's comment. Webb says, I agree. Who do you think created this product? Edgar says he's right. You can now get an online degree for electrical engineering from a valid college without having to pay. Okay, guys, this is a load of stupidity. I wish I had today's tutorials on math or science when I was K through 12. These people are very dumb. These people are very dumb. They seem to believe that they could have gone K through 12 without school, without teachers. They could learn everything off their phone. Guys, I'm amazed. I'm amazed where you have people who are highly educated who seem to believe that they did it all on their own. Okay? No, you have to have people to teach you the very basics, at least through elementary school, just so that you get the fundamentals down. This is madness upon madness. User says, it's in terms strictly speaking to usefulness, I'll take the food workers any day. I think the teachers proved how useful they are when they started teaching that the English language, reading, and math are all rooted in racism. In those actions, they themselves inform the whole world of how useless and non-important they actually are. And by admission of discrediting the justification of their ridiculous salaries. So a lot of teachers don't make enough money. Some teachers make a lot, some teachers don't. It's so bad that some teachers actually end up leaving and try to do DoorDash, or do Uber instead of teaching. Guys, this is stupidity. This is absolute stupidity. All right, to be a teacher, you have to often go to school and get a 4-year degree at the very least. Many people go on to get master's degrees and even PhDs. So to say that, you say that this is a complete crap job is a joke. You do actually have to go and get some education to be a teacher. You do actually have to do some work. You do have responsibilities. To say that an unskilled restaurant employee who makes your burgers and fries is more important than a teacher, and that they deserve more money than teachers, is stupidity. What kind of guys? This type of stupidity would never have flowed in the 80s and the 90s. Our society is completely wrecked and ruined right now. We are wrecked. We are done for, y'all. We're absolutely done. We are 100% done. We're not gonna. I don't know how we can come back from this. The ultimate, guys. The where things are really headed is basically a society of stupidity. We live in the age of stupidity, and we're heading towards a society. We're gonna have very dumb people and people who basically hate everything around us so much that all they want to do is eat and sleep and get fat, and that's it. They could, we live in, guys. Like, I am not anti-government, okay? Talking about the problems with our government and saying that being anti-government is very different. A lot of these people in the comment section, they're anti-government. They are against the concept of having a government because they don't believe that, well, look at our government, it's terrible. So the best thing is just not to have a government at all. No government, no government employees, no one, no administrators, no teachers, just food preparers. Guys, this is how you end up in the dark ages. All right? It's like, do these idiots understand that when math and science and all these things start to fall apart, there will be no more video games, and food prep will eventually food prep will go downhill too. Like everything will vanish. And these people are very dystopic, where they're like, "Oh well, this world is crap anyway, man. Things need to come to an end." Guys, we're living in one of the worst eras of humanity, truly worst eras of humanity. All right, like they called it demoralization. This is madness. This is madness upon madness upon madness. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe to our newsletter for my personal thoughts, insights, and a free copy of my ebook, The Blueprint for Escaping the Rat Race. Click the link in the description to get your free copy. Also, subscribe to the Angry Guy Clips channel, where we post shorter videos and video responses, and also the Angry Guy Live channel, where we live stream. Both channels are linked in the description. And of course, guys, protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Click the link in the description to get started and support the channel. What do you guys think regarding all of this? People think McDonald's workers are more valuable than teachers. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away. And cheers.